So the Rebbe began in the Maamar that in Yesheves Baganim there are two pirushim. One pshat is that Ganim refers to the gardens in this world. Chavedim refers to the Malachim that are listening to the Yidden that are here in the gardens of this world learning Torah. Then there's another pshat which the Rebbe will begin with now, which is that Ganim refers to the Yidden, the Neshamas that are in Gan Eden, that they come to listen to the Neshamas here below learning Torah. So let's continue inside. When in the Yesheves Baganim, so another pshat in the pasuk when it says Hayesheves Baganim, Haneshamas Hayeshveis Began Eden Atachten, Began Eden Elyon, the Neshamas that are sitting both in Gan Eden Atachten and even in Gan Eden Elyon, Baim Lahakshiv Koilam, the Neshamas Yisrael Lamata, come to listen to the voice of the Yidden learning Torah here below. The Kavon Bezehu, what's the pshat in this? The Rebbe says as follows. When it says the neshamas that are in Gan Eden, who are these neshamas? This includes the gam neshamas k'moishehem l'mayla kaidem yiridasim begof. This includes the neshamas above that are in Gan Eden before they come down b'chalal into this world. They've never been here in this world in a guf. They're there l'mayla. They are listening to us learning Torah. The gam, and it also includes the neshamas oisan and neshamas shekvar hayu begof. The neshamas that were already here in this world in a body and did their avodah in the world, and now they are in Gan Eden. So they do have the maila that a person has of working with his guf here in this world because they were already in this world. So the question is, b'ishloim those neshamas that were never in this world and their neshamas never got elevated through the avodah in this world, it's understood why they are coming to listen to the neshamas that are here in a guf, because there's a maila to the neshamas that are in the guf dafka. But the neshamas that were here already and now are in Gan Eden, so they've accomplished their avodah. They have that shleimus. Not only they have that shleimus, l'chayra they go even higher. Now they're in Gan Eden. So why are they coming to listen to the neshamas that are still in the middle of their avodah in this world? Listen to us learning Torah when we are in a guf, still struggling and dealing with all of our issues in the guf, and we haven't completed our avodah. So the Rebbe continues, they completed their avodah while they were in a guf, the days that Hashem created for them, v'loy echad behem, and the pshat as we learned before, what does v'loy echad behem mean? Shem shicho echad behem. They drew in to the world, into their life, the echad, the unity of Hashem. They completed their Aveda, Dal Shem Zenikram Yisrael Tzivus Havayim, and based on this, because they do their Aveda fully, so therefore they get this title of Tzivus Havayim, being part of the army of Hashem, as mentioned towards the end of this Maamar Yesheves Baganim, which we learned also Barichis. The tzava yesh by gimel pirushim. So there he explains that the word tzava has three different interpretations. Aleph lashon chayil. The first pshat is that it refers to an army, haina kabbalah soil, which refers to the avodah of kabbalah soil. So we're talking over here about neshamas that served Hashem in this world as part of a chayil with kabbalah soil. And beis, the second pshat is man kavua. Tzava means in the time that was set. That's the set times for them in this world to serve Hashem. Hainish bizman akavua lehem, in the set time that Hashem gives them in their life in this world. Mashlimim kol avedasam. They complete and serve Hashem with everything that they have to. And Gimel, the third pshat, lashon tzivyain, the meaning of the word tzava means varied forms. The pirusha yoifi. When you bring together different forms, you have the beauty. Loy rak ratzon. So the Rebbe teaches here, what's the idea of beauty? Not only are you fulfilling Hashem's ratzon, which is what you have in Kabbalah soil. Kabbalah soil is a person accepts upon himself to fulfill what Hashem wants. This is his ratzon, so this is what you do. Tzivyaim, which is yoifi, is more than that. Loy rak ratzon kim yoifi. Beauty. Haba mepnimiyus hakasa. The source of beauty comes from the deepest part of kaseh, v'gayrim tainuk. And the beauty causes pleasure. When you see a beautiful painting, when you see a beautiful scene, it causes pleasure. So the idea of yoifi is that a person does a mitzvah and he connects and he causes pleasure to the Eibishter. Nachas ruach, not just the ratzon of Hashem. That's a higher darga. Shalshem zenikroim tzivus havayim. So based on all of this, the neshama in this world that does its avodah and completes its avodah, Yidden are called tzivus havayim. So this is the neshamas in Gan Eden. The neshamas in Gan Eden that were here in this world did their avodah, completed their avodah, and we're talking about neshamas that are in Gan Eden. Why are they in Gan Eden? They're in Gan Eden because they deserve to be in Gan Eden, since they did their avodah in this world perfectly. As we know, neshamas that come l'mayla and haven't completed their avodah, so very often they have to come back into the world for another gilgul to complete what they didn't finish the first time around. Or there's other cleansing processes that the neshama has to go through in Gehenim and other areas in order to be able to enter into Gan Eden. But a neshama that's in Gan Eden is because he's completed his avodah in this world with the shleimus and all these levels. Kabbalah soil, he did everything in the right time, and he did it with a tainug, with the bringing the beauty to the mitzvah as well. So we're talking about neshamas that are on a high level. But nevertheless, hinigam heim, even these neshamas, ba'am lahakshiv, l'kaylam shala neshamas hamulabashim begufim. Come to listen to the voice of the Yidden that are here, clothed in a body, learning Torah. Now, which Yidden do they come to listen to? So you would think, if they are on such a high level, and they are in Gan Eden, so they come to listen to the Yidden that are the Greiset Tzadikim, Yidden that are big Bali Madrege that learn Torah. So their Torah is so pure, so holy, Lishma, so they come to listen to their Torah. So the Rebbe says, the pshat over here is, even if a person, his avodah is not yet b'shleimos, whether he's lacking in the first aspect, he's lacking in his Kabbalah soil, his avodah is not b'shleimos in that sense. And also, loy b'pirish habeis ditzava zman yemen shleimen v'lechaseirin, or whether he's lacking in the second shot of tzava, that his days are not complete. Every moment of his day or every day is not filled with the mitzvahs that he's obligated to do in that time. Or whether he's lacking in the third pshat of tzava, the beauty of the mitzvah, the geschmack, the tainug of the mitzvah. So even if a person is lacking in any or all of these areas in his avodas Hashem, the neshamas l'mayla, which are b'shleimus achi gadol, they come and they want to listen to us here below learning Torah. That's the real chiddush of Yeshevas Baganim.
It's the Zen Zeidor.
Correct. They're listening to us learning Torah. Not that anyone over here is not b'shleimus. But even if, theoretically, if someone's avodah is not b'shleimus in any or all of these areas, still the neshamas l'mayla come to listen. As you see this in the conclusion. In the Maamar of the Frierdiker Rebbe, the Kashaloim dim Torah ve'einem masket noim ba'ifan limudat Torah. When you learn Torah, that's the lashon of the Frierdiker Rebbe. When you learn Torah, and now the Rebbe adds, and the Frierdiker Rebbe doesn't give any conditions. Who's learning? What level he's learning on? When he's learning? Loimit Torah. People in this world, Yidden that learn Torah. Then the Frierdiker Rebbe says, when a person does mitzvahs in this world, and he doesn't give any conditions, what level we're talking about, the person that's doing a mitzvah. So it refers to anybody, any Yid that sits down to learn Torah and does mitzvahs, even if he's on the lowest level, the neshamas l'mayla that are l'chayrim b'shleimus achi gadol, they want to hear us learning Torah. And what happens when we learn Torah in this world? Nishapach mikesha v'sheker, sheker ha'olam l'keresh. You transform from the bond that there is, or from the sheker that there is, the falsehood that there is in the world, into a keresh, to become a beam in the Mishkan. Atzi shitim ma'imdim. And we connect Eirin Seif Baruch Hu with the world here below. Ishapchem and akotza, transforming the falsehood of the world with the Eirin Seif, with the greatest the revelation of Eirin Seif. So that's the pshat of the second pshat in Yeshevas Baganim. According to this, you understand what the chiddush in the second pshat of Yeshevas Baganim over the first pshat. What was the other pshat of Yeshevas Baganim? Yeshevas Baganim refers to the Yidden that are in the gardens in this world, and the Malachim come to listen to us learning Torah. When you look at that pshat, so you can say, which Yidden do the Malachim want to come to listen to learning Torah? Big tzaddikim, people that are avodas b'shleimos. Those not the Malachim come to listen to everybody. Dafke people that are avodas b'shleimos, the Malachim come to listen to Torah. So comes the second pshat and is Maisif. The neshamas l'mayla and Gan Eden come to listen to Yidden learn Torah. That shows that even the Yidden stam pashat Yidden, or even people that their avodah is not b'shleimus, still their avodah in this world has a great value that the neshamas l'mayla come to listen. V'haraya, because the neshamas in Gan Eden includes even those that completed their avodah. The greatest tzaddikim, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, the Avis, and Moshe Rabbeinu, all these neshamas that completed their avodah. Even they come to listen to Yid learning Torah. So that proves a greater point. Not only is there a value to the avodah of a person here below when he's a big tzaddik, but any Yid here in this world that learns Torah, the neshamas lamayla comes to listen to them learning. That's the isaf of the second shot. Now the Rebbe continues on the taich of this vart that we just said, that we transform the falsehood of the world to become a kesher, to become connected to the Eibishter, and to become a keresh in the Mishkan. So hine echad mitzirufe keresh. One of the ways to combine the letters of the word keresh, hu kesher, is by putting the kuf first, which is kesher. Kuf, and then shin, and then reish, which is a connection, a bond. Kesher the kedusha. It means, it refers to a kesher in holiness. The inyana is kashrus. In holiness there's a kesher. In dafki in holiness is a real bond. But on the other side, outside of kedusha, harei loy toimrun. This is a quote of a pasuk. Harei loy toimrun kesher. Do not say that there's a bond. L'chol hasheyemer ha'om hazeh kesher. Whatever this nation says that there's a bond, and it refers to places outside of kedusha, there is no real bond. Even though the Rebbe quoted before that there is a kesher to the Welt in Klippe, but there's no real bond in L'um hazeh. Why not? Ki inyonam pirid v'eschalkus. The whole existence of L'um hazeh is separation, division, where everyone is alone. Even when people collaborate in L'um hazeh, there's no real achdus there. There's no real oneness. There's no real unity. It's a chitzayni, is a connection where everybody is with his yeshus, thinking about what's good for me, using the other person to help him with what he wants. But a real kasher, selfless kasher, a neshamadige kasher, where two entities come together and join as one, there's no such a thing in L'um hazeh. Aval eskasher is the kedusha, when it comes to a connection that there is in holiness, harei kulam nikru chaveirim. As the pasuk here refers to the malachim, or the neshamas in Gan Eden, that are called chaveirim, over there's real brotherlyhood, there's real friendship. Chaveirim akshivim. Shanasham is kamay shem l'mayla, the nesham is above in Gan Eden. The gam anasham is shekvar hoyu beguf, and as we mentioned, that includes even those neshamas that were already here in a guf. Sheyesh ben maylas haveidah shemitzad aguf. They already l'chayda have everything that we have. They already completed their aveidah here in the body. Kishli mubal medain. Kol aveidasam, they completed in this world their entire aveidah. B'chol hagimel pirushim shel tzava hanal, with all of the pirushim of tzava, the Kabbalah soil, the using of every moment, and the tainug, they've completed all the aveidah. Kulam ba'im lahakshav v'lakabel, they all come to listen and receive and listen to the voice shel hanashamis hamulubashim begufim, of the neshamas that are here and clothed in a body. Va'av sha'adayin lo yishlimu aveidasam, including those neshamas here that are in a body that have not completed their avodah yet. What's the pshat? So now the Rebbe will explain what's taka the reason for this. What could be the maila of the avodah of a neshama while he's in a guf over the neshamas that are in Gan Eden that have been in a guf and have been mashlim everything, and whatever we're doing, they've done that. They've reached that and surpassed that. So if they're ahead, if a person is 10 miles ahead, why is he looking back? What is there to see? What's the maila of the neshamas that are here in the guf? So the Rebbe explains, Ki av shehem nefutzim begoyla, because although the neshamas over here in this world are scattered and spread around in golos, v'royim beganim shalacherim, and are pasturing and are there in the gardens of strangers and are here in golos. When it says royim beganim shalacherim, it doesn't only mean begashmis, that Yidden are scattered around in all kinds of places of the world. It also means beruchnius, bepnimius. A person is still. I need another cup for this. I'm sorry about that. It's
not a hot cup.
What? I'm sorry, Menachem. Thank you very much. Okay. So v'rayim beganim shalacherim. So Yidden that are in Galos and are still dealing with all kinds of nisyanis, external challenges, inner challenges that a Yid is dealing with. And bekolze, and nevertheless, reis mizachop from Welt, a Yid tears himself away from the world that he's in, Man nimmt mit dem Guf und Nefesh Bahamis. And he pulls himself, and he pulls along his body and his Nefesh Bahamis, and he enters into Shul to daven or to learn V'koydim is Hashma, and a Yid says Shema and Shul, V'oiskim b'Teira, and learns Teira, Shezeh w'yim Mesiris Nefesh Mamish. This is a Mesiris Nefesh when a Yid tears himself away from his own personal things, his own schedule, his own things that he's busy with, and he comes into Shul to daven and to learn. That's Mesiris Nefesh Mamish. Und das vermagt min nar in Olam Hazeh. This is something that we have only here in this world, and a Neshama in this world has this Mesiris Nefesh, that it's pulled in the opposite direction. It's being pulled into Ganim Shel Achedim, and a person drops the Ganim Shel Achedim and comes into Shul to daven and to learn. That's Mesiris Nefesh Mamish. As we know, what's the title of Mesiris Nefesh? This is based on Tanya, Perik Mem Aleph. At the Alter Rebbe there says this word about Mesiris Nefesh, this application of Mesiris Nefesh. Mesiris Nefesh means Mesiris Ratzon. A person's Ratzon, his desires are being pulled to Ganim Shel Achedim, to other things that are entertaining, that look beautiful, that look like that's the place to be and to enjoy yourself. And a person says, no, I have a schedule to learn Torah. I have a schedule to go to a minyan. I have to say Kriya Shema. I have to wake up in the morning and go daven. That's Mesiris Nefesh, where a person breaks himself and drops whatever he's doing to go to a minyan, to go to a shir. That, the Neshamas L'mayla have accomplished that in the past. Now they're in Gan Eden and they're learning Torah, they surpass that, but they can't experience that Maila of Mesiris Nefesh. And therefore they're listening to a Yid that learns Torah, Dafki here below. So Adarabbe, now, based on what the Rebbe is saying now, it's not only that even those people that are involved in Shtosim, and even them, the Neshamas L'mayla, want to come listen to them learning Torah. Dafka those people that have those greatest struggles, Dafka those people that have to have that kind of Mesiris Nefesh, not the biggest tzaddikim here in Olam Hazeh that are learning Torah, they're sort of in Gan Eden already, if you can put it in that sense. They are not in Ganim Shel Achedim. They're here in Olam Hazeh, but they're in Atzilus at the same time. Like we learned about the Doirei Shel Moshe, that they were in Olam Hazeh, but at the same time they're in Atzilus. The Neshamas that are in Olam Hazeh, Beganim Shel Achedim means in Olam Hazeh. They're really Beganim Shel Achedim. They're talking in Olam Hazeh, not in Olam Hazeh in Gan Eden. And Dafka, those people here in Olam Hazeh, that's the value that the Eibishter has, that he comes to listen to those people learning Torah.
It doesn't say about the mitzvahs. You have Mesiris Nefesh for mitzvahs also.
Same thing applies, correct. Alter Rebbe says it, yeah, for sure.
No, the Mesiris Nefesh does, but I'm saying for them, for the neshamas of the...
to come to listen to us fulfilling mitzvahs.
Or to experience that, because they...
It doesn't say that in that, over there. But the Gabi the Mesiris Nefesh, the Alter Rebbe in Tanya Perik Mem Aleph, which is the source of the scene, Alter Rebbe, they mentions mitzvahs also.
I understand that. I'm saying here, he's saying only to listen to the... So in other words, I mean, it says about Chesed Mesim will have more to do with mitzvahs, and the Gan Eden is only to do with...
Okay, so perhaps it's contrasting Gan Eden, where they learn Torah, so it contrasts to our learning Torah. But the concept is definitely true and applies... Yeah, it said before mitzvahs. The concept definitely applies whether to Limudat Torah or to Kiyam HaMitzvahs, which is that there's a Maila in the Limudat Torah and Kiyam HaMitzvahs here, Lamato.
That I understand.
There's another point. Lamaila, they're not doing mitzvahs at all.
Right.
There's no Inyan of Kiyam HaMitzvahs Lamaila at all. Right. There's just the Inyan of Limudat Torah and Gan Eden, where they're Nan and Miziv HaShechina. So therefore we're contrasting their Limudat Torah, that they come to hear us learning Torah. Even though they went through, and then they're still continuing to learn Torah now as well, Lamaila. But still they come to hear a Yid below learning Torah, and even a Pashta Yid that has to tear himself away from all of his taivas. And Adarabah, that's the Maila. That's the Mesiris Nefesh of the Yid.
Actually, maybe they didn't go through it.
Who didn't go through it?
These neshamas who are out there, they came down tzaddikim.
Why not? Why saying maybe? Why not? Why not? Well, what's the part? Why not?
There's many that were tzaddikim that were born.
Ken Zayin, Beseder, what's the Ken Zayin? Even those that did go through Mesiris Nefesh. Avraham Avinu, I think he had a bit of Mesiris Nefesh, and he's the Maila in Gan Eden. And he, after he's in Gan Eden, surpassed already the singing of Mesiris Nefesh. He did the Shleimus of his Aveda, and he's holding now by a much higher aliyas. But even when you go to the greatest aliyas of higher madregas, the Maila of a person that's way back, and he has to still struggle, and has Mesiris Nefesh, there's a great Maila of that even a person that's way ahead comes back and he wants to experience that Mesiris Nefesh, and take the Maila of that Mesiris Nefesh.
Here he's talking about Neshamas, finished call over the sun. I mean, there's people, there's neshamas that have to come back down because they didn't finish the period.
Come and Gulgulim,
He's talking about even those...
Correct, I mentioned before. Even one that was completely b'shleimus. Whatever, correct.
Lucky guys.
V'gam HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're the lucky guys.
guys.
That's what he's saying here.
At this point, I think the grass is always greener, right?
That's a candle. V'gam HaKadosh Baruch Hu Eimer. And even the Eibishter himself says, Ani upamal yishali. I and my entourage, Bo'am l'shmaya b'kailech, will come and listen to the voice of a Yid here below, learning Torah. So the pasuk says Hashem creates the days of a person's life, and then it says the word v'loi. So there's two ways how to read the v'loi. V'loi ksiv, it says v'loi with an aleph, but v'loi kri, you read it as loi with a vav. What's the v'loi with a vav? Shabavidasam avodas haneshama beguf. The avodah of a Yid here below, his avodah physically in a body. In guf, when a person is in his physical body, mitten guf. But it's not only in the guf, but it's also with the guf, that the person pays attention to his guf. As we said before, a person comes into shul and he brings along his guf. Not just physically, but he brings along all of his senses and his kayches. They should be present in his learning. So then a person draws down from above, from higher than ishtal shalos. That's what it means when it says HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm coming. The Eibishter himself comes from the Ma'ila Mishtal Shalos. Bilamata min Ishtal Shalos. Over here below in Ishtal Shalos, Echad Behem, which is the conclusion of the pasuk. V'loi Echad Behem. The loi he brings down here the unity of Hashem in this world. Sheyiyeh Havai Echad U'Shmai Echad, to reveal the unity of the Eibishter and His name here in this world.
Am I using the